But what I really didn't know about Korea is that there's a lot of coffee culture as well. Koreans really love coffee, and then you can take a special quarantine taxi. So that was organized so well. I was such a mess, and I looked like a mess.
안녕하세요. 이하입니다. 독일 사람입니다.
만나서 반가워요. I've been here for 2 months now. I'm a student and currently studying Korean language as well. Today, I'm going to talk about the reactions of my parents when they saw me in quarantine in Korea. I thought it's gonna be really difficult with COVID especially, but also I wanted to escape Germany. Actually, the flight I booked, it was not a one-way ticket because I had a transfer in Dubai, and it was about 15 hours I think, with one stop in between. And I was also afraid that maybe it's not gonna be okay with the one stop. But for this kind of flight, it was really cheap. I paid around 300 euros for that flight. It was really cheap. And then because of COVID, there were really not many people taking any plane. Usually I felt like I'm almost alone in the plane, and then they have so many security measurements because of prevention for COVID, but there was just no one there, only a few, and it was really comfortable actually. I mean, it was a little bit bothersome that you always have to wear the mask even when sleeping, but it was nice. You could also have as much food in a plane as you want because there were just not many people in there, not many passengers. Oh, there was one problem actually. When I wanted to show my result, my negative result, it didn't work because I didn't bring the exact documents or something, and at first they didn't want to let me on the flight, and I was standing at the airport almost crying. I was okay, let's go home. But then it worked out because they called them or something. I'm so glad it did. And then I arrived in Korea, and here at the airport was organized so well. I do think if you come in Korea currently, I don't know if they're gonna stop foreign nationals to enter, because right now it's worse than it was before, right? But at that time it was organized very well. I arrived here, I was really tired and I didn't really know where to go. I was such a mess, and I looked like a mess. But they put you from one station to another, and they called my quarantine location to make sure that I'm gonna stay there, and I felt very safe. I felt very good that they took care of me so well. And then you can take a special quarantine taxi, and I took that, and it just takes you directly to your stay. So that was organized so well. After arrival, you have to take another COVID testing in the next 24 hours, and I did that by myself because the testing was just right next to my place. Before you're released of quarantine, you have to take another testing.
So did you have any image about Korea before you came to Korea?
Well, I was here before, which was 4 years ago. It was only because I used to live in China at that time, and they didn't want to extend my visa, so I was kicked out of China. And I used to have a really good friend here in Korea, and that I can come over for free and stay here until my visa issue is solved. So I was here before. That's why I kind of know how it's but what I really didn't know about Korea is that there's a lot of coffee culture as well. Koreans really love coffee, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that coffee is also really popular here, because Germans also really love coffee. But here they have super cute coffee shops that you can find, and they look amazing. They have the interior design and everything is so cute, and you can find surprising places here, which is really nice. Oh, it's a government facility.
Oh wow. Wow. Shower, shampoo, body wash, conditioner, that is, look at that, really nice toilet. Oh my gosh, big TV, and whoa, okay. Really nice big queen bed. God, a kettle. Safe. It's for clothes. clothes on the hangers. You got this other bed, which little window seat. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then here's all my stuff. And 2 big bottles of water, a lamp.
I wish I had this kind of location. This is a privilege. I was in Airbnb, booked by myself, and it was a very small place. Like, it wasn't that nice. But I heard that government facilities, they use big hotels, like well-known hotels. But for me, since I have a long-term visa, I am allowed to like book the stay by myself. However, I mean, it was really cheap, so it's not surprising that the location wasn't that great at all. It was fine, And the nice hotels, I heard sometimes the quarantine food wasn't that good. Like, some people complained about the food. Like, a lot of people said it's really comfortable to go in government facility, but the food is usually just like selected and not that good. And I heard like one of my friends, like that was from Germany, she's a vegetarian, and there were not really vegetarian options on the menu. Like, that was a problem for me. I could order, like, get food in front of my door ordered, so it wasn't that big of a problem to get food for me. Yeah, I used the app. Well, you have to use the app and then always take your temperature every day, I think twice. And then what I also got was like someone checked in on me. They provided me with masks and disinfectants and stuff like that, health care stuff. My landlord was like quite nice. First I had a problem, like I also tried ordering food by app at first, but since I just arrived there, I had like no credit card or anything, and I didn't know Koreans use credit cards so often. I couldn't really pay for the food, and that was like really upsetting to me. The first time, like my landlord, he actually ordered food for me, or he was like sometimes checking in on me or gave me something. Like, sometimes he just gave me something because I think he was worried I'm not taking enough food. But he was really kind and he helped me as well, so I was really glad that worked out quite well. I had chicken kimbap because I don't know, I really like kimbap. They have also like an option where this is like where they use eggs instead of rice or something like that. Also porridge. I had a lot of porridge and salad and some fruits. The COVID situation was really bad before I came here. Germany had a really hard lockdown, so everything was basically closed. Well, about a year we had like on-off lockdowns, but it was mostly in lockdown, and there was no way to really go out because everything was just closed. Only supermarkets were opening and like necessary things, so everyone was like crowding at the supermarket for like, it was terrible because we only have like, we have to go to the supermarket. We don't have like coupon or anything. And mostly there's like someone goes to the supermarket once a week with the car and takes all of the stuff for like 1 week. I had a lot of phone calls. I called my family a lot. I had so many phone calls also with people here, my family, a lot of texting. Usually every day I had some kind of video call or phone call. With my parents, because of the time difference, I could only like call them at night. So during daytime, I had to like talk to people in here. So actually I re-downloaded Tinder because I was so bored. I've never really used it. But I was so bored here that I needed to talk to anyone. Like, I was like, damn, they're all sleeping right now, so what should I do?
So did your parents not worried about your like situation?
No, they were really worried. They were really worried about me. But they knew like I'm not really happy in Germany and I was so depressed, and they knew I always wanted to go back to China all of this time, but there's like no entry right now. So they were actually happy for me that I could make it to Korea, and they were proud of me. But of course they really worry about me. So today I talked about the reaction of my parents while I'm quarantined in Korea for 2 weeks. And if you liked the video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. 감사합니다.